Hi there guys, Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. A little bit of a garage update this week for you, just to go over what's in the unit and what's gone from the unit, and also a discussion that I'm having with an issue with people abandoning cars. Now I'll talk about the issue I'm having with people abandoning cars towards the end of the video, but for now I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the unit again and explain what's here, what's gone, and the plans for the next 12 months. Now what I have done, I've had a little bit of a tidy up, because my whole parts section was an absolute mess. All underneath the workbench was a mess. Yes, I've still got to do underneath the workbench there, but I've tidied everything up. I've got rid of all those messy shelves which are over the other side because I never really used them, so I've sold those and they've gone now, and I've got a little bit more room to push the 155 over into the corner. And the other day I did post a video of me actually starting it up and pulling it out. It was quite nice sitting in this and getting it going again. It did sort of pull on the whole heartstrings, thinking that maybe I can keep it, but unfortunately I'm never going to have a chance to use it, so it does need to go. The plan is to maybe start on this year, because it's never going to get finished otherwise. I'm never really going to own it and drive it, so I'm planning on getting it finished and selling it. So if any of you are out there after a very nice 155, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because all I put out are no nonsense, interesting videos about Alfas, Fiats and other makes of cars. So hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so I can increase my viewing. Thank you. Now this Spider, which is in the unit, this is a customer's car, but believe it or not, I actually owned this car 10 years ago, or getting on for 10 years ago now. I've still got some pictures of it of when I actually sold it, so I'll pop some of those on the screen now for you. Unfortunately, this has been neglected for a few years, but I am recommissioning it. I've done a cam belt on it, I put a radiator on it, and I'm doing some other bits and bobs to get it on the road. The GTA has come out of hibernation. It's going to be sitting there for the while. I have no plans to do any work on that this year, but I have managed to get my hands on a facelift screen for inside the dashboard, so I can fit that. And hopefully that'll cure the heat burn that happens when you get too much sun on the screen. The Fiat Barchetta has also come out of hibernation. I'll give it a wash today because I do want to do some more on this year, get it finished, get it sold, because now I've got the Boxster, I don't need a little two-door cabriolet, so this one can get finished. All that needs finishing on it, it needs a little bit of paintwork on the rear end, a good polish, and new roof fitting and some rear lights. I do have a brand new roof in there to fit, and I've also got some brand new rear lights to fit because they are a little bit cracked. So again, that one is going to be going up for sale when I've got it finished. If any of you guys want a really nice Barchetta, which has only done 47,000 miles, 77,000 kilometers, let me know, because that will be for sale before the end of the summer. And now the Punto. Unfortunately, it has been a little bit neglected, but what I've done is I've parked it there, so I've got plenty of space to work on it and finish off putting the rest of it back together. Where I am with it at the moment is I've not done much more. I've just collected some parts and put them all inside, ready for me to fit them. The dashboard is almost ready to go on. But unfortunately, as with a lot of cars, I've lost a little bit of motivation with it at the moment, because all my time and funds have been put into the Porsche, which, as you notice, it's not in the unit because it's at the body shop, and that should be back with me, I'm fingers crossed, tomorrow, so I can start filming another episode before this video goes live. So in 2 weeks you'll have another video of hopefully one put back together Porsche. Now, other plans for the year, I want to get rid of basically everything up to those shelving at the back there, even a couple of bits of the shelving at the back, so I can free up all that space up there, so I can then put my sandblaster up there, my tyre machine and balancer, just to free up a little bit of more floor space in the unit. And then I'm going to move my office from upstairs, which is sort of dark and dingy and way too big for what I need it for, and put an office in that corner down there, which is sort of nice and cosy and should be easier to keep warm in the winter. So everything down in that little alcove down there is sort of parts from when I used to do braking, leftover parts. I don't use many of them anymore. There's probably some money's worth down there, so I'll probably sort them out and get them sold at some point. But I want to clear all that out of there, open up the space there again, as being as I don't paint very much. So hopefully down there I can get 2 more cars in so I can make a little bit more money at booking customers' cars in, or probably end up buying myself a couple more cars. So a lot of you won't know, as it's been over 12 months since I've done a garage update, I have sold my Zoe Yellow 145 Cloverleaf because it just wasn't using it, so better off just to sell it on, make some money on it. And also my Barn Fine Blue GT VV6 has been sold. I sold it to a customer as is, who then commissioned me to get it painted, and I've also fitted loads of suspension to it, upgraded anti-roll bars, so it is an absolutely pucker GTV now. So I'll try and get a few pictures of it, or it will be featured on a video again when it comes in for yet more work. And the big pile of scrap metal will be going soon as well. And currently outside I've got this Fiat Panda 100 HP, which is a customer's car, which had a little bit of work on it and a little bit of paint work, not the back bumper because that doesn't match, we didn't paint that. And this 156 V6, which I'm recommissioning as well, that will eventually have a repaint. It's just waiting on a verdict on whether we're going to fit all new suspension to it, and then we can get it to the paint shop and get that finished and have it restored and looking like new. The donor car for the Punto hasn't got much left in it. It's got a couple of seats in it and all the bits and trim, but I have stripped most of it out now, so I don't think this will be here for much longer. So I'm almost at the point where I can rip the engine out of it and then just have a look at where all the wiring loom goes in the engine bay, so I can set it all up to have an engine in my brand new looking Punto GT. Now on to the nasty point of this video. I am suffering with customers abandoning cars and not paying their bills, or just disappearing off the face of the earth, owing me plenty of money and just abandoning their cars with me here. I've currently got 5 of them, and that isn't very good. You know, it's taking up customer space, so it's costing me money because I can't book cars in. I've got them owing me money from repair work that I've done to it. So, and I'm just stuck with 5 people's cars, stuck at my unit, which I need to do something with them and get rid of them. So I'm just going to show you what I've got, and pretty soon I'm going to apply for the V5s and sell them because nobody wants them anymore, so they're going to have to go. Got this GT V6, which is one of the latest ones. Customer decided he wanted to have a full engine rebuild in it. As soon as it come to paying for the full engine rebuild, he's disappeared off the planet of the Earth. So he's currently on his 30-day notice before that he's actually going to get scrapped. Got a Brera here. Unfortunately, it does need an engine. We fitted an engine to it, but the customer supplied the engine and that was naff. So he abandoned that while owing me money for fitting the engine. So that's going to have to go too. So if anybody wants to buy a Brera that needs an engine, let me know. Got a trader who dropped this off to me to repair the engine in it, but I think the engine's kaput. He told me to go ahead and fix it, but I did tell him it wasn't worth it, and did he want to do it? He said yes he did, and luckily I didn't touch it because he's disappeared off the face of the earth. It's now been 7 months since I've heard of him, so that Fiat 500 needs to go. I've got this Spider, which is a newly abandoned one. I've tried to speak to the customer a few times and no reply on that one. That has got an injector fault on number 3, and it keeps cutting out for no reason whatsoever. We've replaced loads of parts on it, but it still keeps cutting out, so I'm at a loss with that one. So we'll have to see what happens with that one, but that's only been here a couple of months now. But yeah, it's going to have to go at some point because I can't have them cluttering at my unit. And the pièce de la résistance, the 147 GTA ECU problem. Fitted a second-hand ECU to it, didn't work. It probably actually gave up more faults than the original one did, so I think he bought a dodgy ECU, and he's disappeared off the planet of the Earth. It's been over 12 months now, so I've got a GTA that nobody wants, which is just wasting away in my car park. Now, I mean, if some of these customers would come and speak to me, yeah, I haven't got the money, or I don't want the car anymore, I'd happily dispose of them and get rid of them for you, or work out a way for you to get the bills paid. But no, I'm getting lumbered with lots of unpaid bills and crappy cars stuck on my car park. So I need to look into the legalities of getting rid of them, and then they're all going to go because I don't want them here anymore. They're costing me money, so they need to go. So if you have any questions about anything I've said in this video, please comment below, and hopefully the next video which comes out will be a Porsche video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.